Hi, we're glad you're here. Today we'll be diving into a super fun topic, cloud. If you're like us around a couple weeks ago, you either have a vague idea of what cloud is or you have no idea. Whatever the case may be, by the end of this video, you'll come to understand that cloud is a paradigm of technology that greatly transformed the tech space's computational capacity.
As defined by Microsoft, cloud computing is the delivery of computing services, which includes servers, storage, databases, networking, software, analytics, virtual machines, intelligence, whatever, over the internet or on the cloud. There are third-party companies that specialize in providing these computing services and technologies on the cloud, and these are known as cloud service providers, or CSPs. The most prominent ones in North America are Amazon Web Services, or AWS, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud Platform, or GCP.
So why should we use services on the cloud instead of building our own local machines? Well, cloud services enable individuals to conveniently access and use resources on a pay-as-you-go pricing basis. With CSPs maintaining the cloud services elsewhere in the world, individuals and companies are also guaranteed scalability, security of their data, and a good amount of flexibility. Cloud scalability means that customers can change the amount of their resources being provided at any given time, but still have optimal and steady performance at the lowest price possible.
Let's talk about how to get this stuff running. That is deployment and cloud consumption models. With cloud computing services, customers now have an option to choose how much of the traditional process they want to manage themselves and how much they would like to offload to CSPs. Much of the deployment can also be handled by cloud configurations and applications. Cloud computing services can be split into four main categories, which are infrastructure as a service, or IaaS, platform as a service, PaaS, software as a service, SaaS, and serverless computing.
Let's talk about these models and their characteristics. First up is IaaS, the most involved model. It is where the service provider maintains the physical hardware, computing power, and provisions more computing resources as needed. The customer manages operating systems, middleware, and applications. In the second model, PaaS, the service provider manages everything up to the middleware, which is software that acts as a bridge between an operating system or database and applications. This leaves application code and deployment to customers. Then we have the beloved SaaS model. This is where the service provider manages everything including the final application, offering customers a ready solution. The customer only has to put data into the application to get the service they need. Easy peasy. So as you can see, as the amount of operations that the CSP manages increases, the amount you manage on your end decreases, and thus the more secure your software becomes. It is less prone to human intervention and mistakes when off-premises in the cloud.
The last of the fundamentals to know about cloud is the deployment models. The deployment models identify the specific cloud environment based on a couple of factors: ownership, accessibility, scale, purpose. The location and control of the cloud servers as well as the infrastructure of the cloud are defined by the deployment model.
For the cloud consumption models, there's public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, community cloud, and multi-cloud, and we'll cover all of them in this order. Public cloud is when resources are owned by third-party companies and delivered over the internet. Some examples include Amazon Web Services, Azure, and also Google Cloud Platform. The public cloud model has several advantages, including its no need for maintenance, its scalability, and its pay-per-use model. Private cloud is the provision of resources over a private network, which gives individuals and organizations more security. Some other advantages of the private cloud include more privacy and also more control over your resources.
One of the newer models is a hybrid cloud, which uses an on-premise or private cloud, as well as a public cloud for its software. It can switch frameworks or allocate different services to different deployment models. A community cloud is a distributed system accessible by a group of organizations, so a community. It is created by integrating services of different clouds to meet specific needs of a community, industry, or business. It's more cost-effective and also allows for collaboration and data sharing. Multi-cloud is when multiple cloud providers, so either Azure, AWS, or GCP, are employed at the same time. It's kind of similar to a hybrid cloud, but instead of a mixture of public and private, it's the merging of a bunch of different public clouds. Some advantages of a multi-cloud are reduced latency and an increase in availability. And now you know all about cloud deployment models.
In sum, we have learned about what cloud is, its advantages, and its deployment and consumption models. I hope you feel like the idea of cloud is a little more clear or demystified, if you will. We'll see you in the next episode on creating a database.